or something.
Screw 'em, man. Okay.
How about day 2?
Really good. Another step forward. Good competition going on, and that's what you want to see. You want to see guys competing. You want to see them flying around and making very few mistakes mentally, and that's what we saw today. So it was a very positive, productive day.
Cool.
That offensive line group with Dielman at center looked pretty good in the 10 minutes or so we saw.
Yeah, they look good. We're look very good. We're trying some different combinations. We had a couple guys had finals today, which allowed us an opportunity to get a look at some different combinations and plugging Dielman in there and Garrett Bowles over at left tackle and bumping Jackson Barton over the right tackle. Sam Teddy was not here today, so that was the 5 you saw starting with the ones. The guards were the same, Isaac and Lecker. But good looking group. That looked like it was a good combination.
Well, I was going to say, how are Nick and Lowe kind of making this interesting for you?
Well, Lowe wasn't here today either. He had a test, so we'll see. It's too early to make any real predictions or things that we think might happen. We just got to get a look at things right now and then start to formulate some ideas after we've seen them, particularly in a couple days in pads. It's hard to get a real grasp of what's going on up front when you're just shells.
So is it more, are you happy with the options you have there, or
looking
at more, what can we afford to lose?
We feel very good about both sides of the line of scrimmage. That hasn't changed. We think that we're going to come away with the right 5 guys on offense, and we're going to be one of the better lines in the back row, if not the best.
I can talk about the receivers a little bit. I know it's day 2, but are you seeing? I talked to Aaron yesterday. He said they're a more physical group, and
yeah, they're stepping up with their physicality. They're competing for the ball. Tyrone Smith wasn't here today. He had a final, but it's great to have Timmy Patrick back. That adds a whole new dimension to that group. Just that one guy coming back, and he's had a very good first 2 days. After sitting out all last year and missing as much time as he has, he looks very sharp after 2 days.
Samson and Nakua, we saw him yesterday playing some safety, today playing some receiver. Is there opportunity?
Maybe. We were so thin at receiver today. We were down 3 receivers, I believe, because Caleb Rep was out with Nick. And so that gives a chance to, Samson was a very good receiver in high school. Gives a chance to take a look at him. He did some good things. He's a natural catcher. We just got to see if we get everything else in order.
Next Tim Pugh, freshman phenom?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see, yeah. A little different style player than Covey, but he's got ability.
Coach, who are some of the newcomers that are standing out to you through 2 days?
Newcomers standing out. Both freshman running backs, Zach Moss and Devontae Henry Cole, doing some really good things. All the linemen on defense, Bradley and I, Max Tapai, Lecky Fotu, those guys are all really showing up. New linebacker, David Luafatasanga. It's Kavika though, it's not David, he likes to be called Kavika. The corners, very, very pleased with the 3 freshman corners, Nigel King, Burgess, and Blackman. Those guys are doing a really good job. They're much further ahead than I thought they would be.
Despite not being in pads, we're seeing some decent physicality. Is that coming from the players, or is that the coaches saying?
That's who we are. That's always who we are. It's always better to try to reel them back in a little bit than to try to coax the competitiveness out of them, get it out of them. So it's a positive sign when you got to slow them down a little bit. That's always what we're looking for.
Running that back depth just seems to keep getting better and better.
We think we really helped ourselves. We added Armand Shine.
Yeah, you look good out here today.
We think we've really helped ourselves at the running back position from a depth standpoint. Now, obviously, losing Booker is huge, but we think overall we have one of the better groups we've had in several years as a group total.
Do you have to just kind of play that by ear, whether you can platoon by committee, or you got to find a workhorse?
Right now, I would say Joe is scheduled to be our primary carrier. That probably means 15 to 20 carries a game for him. So we've got to find between Troy and another back, or maybe a couple more backs, that supplemental yardage. We're not going to have the one guy workload like Devontae had. That's not going to happen. We're just about getting to that. But Joe will be the primary ball carrier, and we'll spread those other reps around.
Any separation of quarterback today?
No, not yet. I thought they all took a step forward. They're getting the ball in their hand on time. They're going through their read progressions correctly. They're doing good things.
If there was separation, would you tell us?
Sure, I don't mind. I just say no comment if I didn't actually know. But right now, they're all progressing in their own ways.
Do you have like flashcards for the names? I noticed you knew that Kavika wanted to be Kavika, not David. You got like 100+ guys.
You got to get to know your guys, and there's only a handful of new guys, or more than a handful. But I think it's important that we stress that throughout the entire team. Everybody gets to know everybody. If you got a player that doesn't know half his teammates, and you get a problem. So that's part of our culture here is everybody getting to know everybody.
Yesterday.